Hey, good morning. This is Tim O. Friday morning, chilling down here in Harvard Square. Just got one of the chairs that they have lined up in this little common area, and just got off the phone with a good friend, talking about some hard stuff. Not everybody's life is peaches and cream, but we're working through things. Everybody's working through, not everybody, but a lot of people, stuff goes on in their lives, but they, you got to stand up, you got to get things done. And I admire that in people, and I have to do that in my life too. Things are going in a certain direction, you got to change. Change is happening. It's inevitable. It's happening right now. Everything is changing, and we find it so damn hard not to change. But you know what? I came out this morning, took a nice walk, went down to the gym, gotten a good workout. I'm going to go to a noon meeting, chill out with some people, see a couple of my sponsees, and have some laughs, get some recovery, hear some good stuff, hear some hard stuff, but hear how people are dealing with it without doing drugs and booze. And that's a great thing. I love that stuff. And last night we went up to see Devon Allman and Blues Summit, and what a great show! It's just a great show, man. It was just flawless. The whole thing. Me and my buddy Mike, he come by the house, jumped in the truck. We ran into some traffic, but we got up there kind of early, went over and sat on the beach, got a coffee. Was just chilling out, and then all of a sudden that storm came in, and you could just see it, man. They were talking like tornadoes, and we didn't see that, but the clouds were definitely in a wild way, and the surf, the ocean was just roaring. The waves were just pounding the beach, and all of a sudden we seen it coming. We knew it was gonna hit any second, but we said, the hell with it. Let's just sit here as long as we can. And then all of a sudden it just boom, started coming down in sheets. And the wind got so crazy, it was lifting the sand up. We were freaking like, oh, geez, it was in our eyes and everything. So we're gluttons for punishment. But it was cool. The truck wasn't that far. We just hopped in the truck and waited it out. And it came and went. And then afterwards, it left a beautiful rainbow. A couple of them, actually. And it was just really nice. And then, other guys that we were with got caught up in some really gridlock traffic coming in. So we all, me and Mike got there early, and then our friend Chris, but, they were caught in traffic, so we had a reservation at 6, but some didn't roll in until almost 6:45. But anyways, everybody showed up a little bit, beat up and kind of aggravated, but once we all sat down, started shooting the breeze, and got some great food, and it all went, all that stuff seemed to go away. And it was great. We do this. It's great. We get together and go to these shows, and I just, we all got stuff going on in our lives, but we're all getting through it, and that's an achievement. That's success, man. And a lot of the stuff that's going on is good stuff, but sometimes it can get overwhelming, and it's just good to get together, and just let it all out. Go to a great show, and that's what it was. We were in the parking lot. All we had to do was walk right over that place, the Blue Ocean. Such a great venue, really cool place. Every time I go there, I just seem to like it more. I've seen Joanne Taylor-Shaw there. I've seen Anna Popovic there. Did I see Anna Popovic there? I don't know. I seen my friend Eddie's nephew's band there, like a Black Crowes tribute. And the Peach Eaters, which was an Allman Brothers tribute, and then last night, Devon Allman. And the first band that came on, if you can see this shirt, if you don't like the blues, then what is it? Then you're listening to the wrong shit. I loved that shirt. And the name of the band was GA20. A couple of local guys, didn't even have a bass player, 2 guitarists and a drummer. And I guess I had seen them before. It's just there was one guy that wasn't there. We seen them back up the Crows. down there at the MGM in Boston, where Fenway Park is. And so, but there was a new guy here, but they were great. They came out and they rocked. They're from, local guys from Rhode Island. And the guitar player he was talking, he was playing with Charlie Musselwhite, and that guy's a legend in the blues community, harmonica player, singer. And then, they went out on the road, and he went out on the road with somebody else. Charlie did. So he didn't get the call, and he was just like trying to figure out what he could do. So he put these guys together, and they were playing backyards, barbecues, dump clubs, anything to make some money. But they were really cool dudes. He kind of told the story of them, and they came out and did some old blues classics, and it was great. And then Devon Allman's Blues Summit came out, and Larry McCray. It was just a great time. And they played at first set, some Allman Brothers stuff. Did Melissa and One Way Out. Did some new stuff. Did some music from the Blues Summit album. And but just great musicians. Just a great time. Like sometimes you go to a show and there could be like a little lull on them, but they just kept it flowing. It was really flawless, I thought. Just a great show from the beginning to end. And then we all, said our goodbyes, a bunch of shaking hands. I ended up taking a ride home with my buddy Joe and Jeff, and so Mike could just go straight home. And I left my coat in this car, which is a drag. I love that coat, so I'm gonna have to get it at some point. And then we just come home, talked all the way home about our lives, and then I got in late, and I was tired this morning. I had to get up, but thank God the rain took care of all the watering that I didn't have to do, and here I am. I was like, I could just sit and rest. I'm tired, blah blah blah, but I'm like, nah. I had the day off, so I'm like, I'm gonna go to a meeting. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna do something for my mind, body, and spirit. Maybe go buy an album, get down to Planet Records, check out a couple albums, see what they got, and grab a bite to eat and go home. And that's just an ordinary. I'm not doing anything extraordinary today. I'm not talking to you from the sunny beaches of Hawaii. I'm in Cambridge, Massachusetts, up against a brick wall with a good attitude. I'm sober, I'm clean. I didn't have to wake up this morning sick, dope sick, calling my job and talking a bunch of garbage. I got to be there for other people, be there for people who are struggling. I got to be there for myself and keep myself centered and intact and being healthy in my mind, body, and spirit. And I'm looking forward to, going to a meeting tonight. I think me and Carol are going to pick up our friends Marilyn. My other friend Jim had to go up to New Hampshire today, so he won't be around. But, we'll pick up Marilyn and go to the meeting tonight, have a nice meal, and then the weekend's here. And I can dig it, man. And we got Father's Day coming up. Happy Father's Day. It's a belated one, I know. Well, not a belated one. It's before the fact. But, if I don't make another video over the weekend, I wish all the fathers out there a nice day. We're going to go up to New Hampshire. Our little granddaughter's in town. So my son, his girl, and little Skylar, and Carol and I are going to go up to Hampton Beach and hang out and have her have a blast and play all the games in the arcade, sit on the beach, get a little sun, and then we got reservations to go over and have a nice dinner. That's it. I got a Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies, one of those brand new albums with the 180 gram thing. It's basically the album, but it's supposed to sound fantastic. And every one that I bought with the 180 gram vinyl on it have sounded great. And I got Exile on Main Street from the Rolling Stones today. This morning, Carol gave it to me. What more can I ask for? I'm a music guy. I love that stuff. And it'll be good later on to go home and whip it on and hear a side or two and chill back and just dig some good old Stones. And then when Hendrix comes in tomorrow or Monday, I'll dig that too. Got a mosquito on me, biting me. But anyways, listen, I hope you have a good day. I know today is Juneteenth, the end of slavery, I believe it is. And that was it's a very good day, to be quite honest with you. Nobody should be a slave to anything. A slave to another human being, a slave to a drug or a drink, or a slave to anything to the abuse that goes on, and we got to keep taking this shit. None of that stuff. No, we weren't born here to be slaves. We're born to be free, and then we make our lives. So you know what? Cheers to, that they do have a holiday to this, and people get recognized. And that's it, man. I'm gonna go roll over to Dunkin' Donuts, get myself a nice hot coffee, go into this meeting and chill. So thank you all. Enjoy your day. Please like this and subscribe if you will. Love to get a little community of people that, sober people, or not even sober, music people that just dig, good stories and good things. You hear enough about the lousy things in life. Here's some good stuff. Does a lot for your mind. Negative stuff poisons you. Some positivity in your life ain't gonna hurt you, believe me. But anyways, rock on, everybody. And if anybody could use this to, see that life ain't that bad in doing the simple things, please share it with them. Take care.